I just bought it. I just bought a van. I just got off the phone from the seller who's in Vancouver, and yeah, I just need to go and find a way to pick it up. So I'm just waiting in the parking lot for the seller of the Grumman van to arrive, and I'm pretty excited. And there's actually one here right now, and I don't think it's a Grumman, but it is a step van, and it is, let's see if I can show you this, that van right there. And it's pretty clearly been camperized. That's kind of cool. I've been seeing them all over the place, and whenever I see one, I've been taking a picture of it just to, I don't know, I think it's interesting, so they should be here any minute. This is the biggest and most exciting purchase that I have ever made. The van is here in Vancouver, but I found it while I was still living in Cranbrook on Craigslist. I was looking at these things all the time, every single day, and this one came up, and it came already with a lot of the camperized back done. So basically, this is my plan. I'm gonna turn this thing into a tiny house on wheels with an engine that I can bring anywhere that I want. And I'm just really excited to have made this purchase, but it wasn't all smooth sailing, not by a long shot. So I called the guy, the previous owner, and we were sort of negotiating for the van, and that was a really rough process. He'd originally had it up on Craigslist for about $2,000 more higher than what I paid for it, but it was just sort of sitting there, and I saw it every day, and then he dropped it down really far, dropped it down quickly in a short amount of time, so I lapped it up. So a friend of mine who I'm eternally grateful for was actually the one who went and test drove it and looked at it, and based on what he showed me and what he told me, I had a good deal with it, so I tried to put a deposit down, and that didn't quite go as planned.
So my bank decided to be proactively helpful and accidentally shut down my ability to transfer money via e-transfer. A little bit of a long story there, but they said that I could try again in an hour, which is down from what they were saying before, which was 24. So I'm just gonna give it a shot here. It's 2 in the morning, and I have to work. Got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, but I'm trying to make sure that the down payment for the van goes through.
Okay, so after a lot of frustration, failed plans, and bureaucratic nightmares, the deposit's finally paid. And if you can't tell by the different clothes that I'm wearing, it is now the evening after the agreement was signed. There was a whole host of problems, mostly on the seller's end, but a few on mine when we tried to do workarounds, and it was a very frustrating, long day, but I'm very happy with the end result. The van is now going to be sold to me. There's a deposit down, and it's been taken off the market.
Eventually, of course, I was able to come out here. I flew out this morning from a little tiny airport in a little tiny plane from Cranbrook, and I flew out to Vancouver. The seller was supposed to meet me at the airport, but personal matters on his side sort of nixed that, so I had to take the bus, which wasn't a bad thing, I was able to drop off my really heavy carry-on backpack at my friend's house, who I'll be staying with while I'm here in Vancouver. And then I found the right spot, basically, and drove this thing around. It's really big and it's really freaky for me. I'm used to driving the scooter, so this is just about as big of an upgrade as I can jump up to. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking. I want to install a backup camera, but right now I'm parked in a Canadian Tire parking lot, like you can see that right there. Canadian Tire, because there's just some things that I wanted to get for the van here while put you back down there, while I was here, and it was just a convenient place for me to park and pick up some supplies. I need to replace some tires on it, need to do some small work here and there, but overall, guys, I'm really excited for this. Okay, so it's the second day of owning the Grumman van, and it's actually in the shop right now having new tires put on it. The tires were really old, 13 years. While there was still tread on them, they were starting to crack, and the two inner tires from the dually, they were pretty bald, and I have to take this over a mountain pass, so I need to get snow-rated tires in order to legally drive it up on the highway to get it home. So that's what it's doing right now, and I'm just gonna go and check, see if I can find some stuff, some parts, whatnot, to go in the van. So I'm actually in the city of Burnaby, parked out in front of a house that a man is renovating. He's bought it. All the furnishings are from the 1980s, and the ceilings were all this old hickory tongue and groove. And this is what the inside looks like right now. So I will be using this somewhere in it, but it cost me a total of $0. So that's perfect, and whatever I can use, I can use.